I love that I can reach outside of our community to draw more people in to, spend their money in our community. Because, like I say, we need it. These small businesses need the customers. They got good food. They got great food.
I'm Delia Colon, and this is The Zest. Citrus, seafood, Spanish flavor, and Southern charm. The Zest celebrates cuisine and community in the Sunshine State. If you're looking for your next great meal, I have 2 words for you. Call Anthony. On this podcast, we have interviewed James Beard Award-winning chefs, prestigious cookbook authors. We've talked about the Michelin Guide. But at the same time, there's this whole other culinary scene that's equally popular, but will probably never be on the radar of, these fancy schmancy culinary institutions. I am talking about the food that is served in convenience stores, gas stations, and other mom-and-pop eateries. Maybe you've had one of the best meals of your life in one of these places. I would not be surprised. And maybe you're even among the tens of thousands of people who follow today's guest on social media. Anthony Gilbert, better known online as Call Anthony, has garnered a cult-like following with his video reviews of Tampa Bay's under-the-radar eateries. You know that standing room-only barbecue joint? Anthony says it's got the best smoked oxtails in town. The $5 chicken wings in the sketchy-looking corner store, well, guess what? There's a reason why that place is always packed. And if you're feeling uneasy about going inside, Anthony's videos will show you that there's nothing to worry about, only good food to be had. Anthony grew up in the housing projects of East Tampa, and most of his reviews highlight food spots in underprivileged neighborhoods. But his fan base is wide-reaching, helping to bring a variety of customers to small, often Black-owned businesses. Anthony stopped by the Zest studios at WUSF Public Media, and we were so lucky to have him. I mean, this is one of the busiest guys you'll ever meet. In this conversation, he shares his favorite local eateries, why he believes his food reviews are resonating so strongly with the public, and get this, his plans to open a restaurant of his own.
When I first started growing up eating was a lot of healthy stuff. That's because my aunt used to take us out to the farms, and we would pick our own peas, strawberries, carrots. We would pick it all. And then that's how I learned to critique food, I think, because I would always help her cook everything. So all that stuff was fresh, so it was just a different taste. So that's mostly what I ate growing up. We weren't allowed to eat all that junk food and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then how did you end up exploring some of these mom and pop places?
Well, once you get a certain age and you be able to be outside. So once I got outside, it was over. I'm talking about it. I was everywhere. I was in the always on all the hood stuff because I'm walking around the neighborhood. So I'm going to all these little spots like AJ's Corner Store, been there forever. Going in there, they got fried chicken. There was a place called Bexley's. Back in the day, they used to have this fried chicken sandwich with like chili sauce on it. It was so good. That was my thing. I go to all the hood spots and I'm getting candy, frozen cups. I'm going crazy because I can't get this stuff in the house. That's how it really started.
That makes sense. That's what kids do.
Yeah.
So what was the first review that you filmed?
It was probably about 7 months ago now. That's it, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's been going fast. It's been a real wild uproar.
Uproar is correct. You are everywhere. I'm so happy that you even took the time to be here because you are the hardest working man in showbiz. Every time I turn on the TV, Google, you're all over the place.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to stay at it and keep that work ethic strong so I could let people know about as many small businesses as I can. The first review, I think it was actually the boiled peanuts over on 22nd Street. So I get them all the time, used to always get them, but just this one day I decided to post a video about it, and then it was like, I went back in there the next day, and they were like, hey, all these people keep coming in here. So they were showing me the video. It was like 100,000 views in one day. I'm like, what? And then I was like, let me just try to do some more of these local spots, and then it just kept going, and I just kept it going.
Stop.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before this? Or maybe what are you still doing in addition to this?
I still do it now. I'm really a community person. So If it's something resourceful that I can help the community find, I usually do like block parties. I do toy giveaways. I give away free food. But mostly that's what I do now is eat.
Oh my gosh, what a life.
Yeah.
So is that where the name Call Anthony comes from?
Yes, Call Anthony comes from originally just being resourceful. People would call me for whatever if they needed to get in contact with rapper Tom G, or if they need a pair of new shoes. I was the person to call because everybody knew I was in the community. So I just say, hey man, let me turn this into, a brand type of name. And then I just used it for everything.
That's good.
That I would get involved with. Yeah.
When I was putting this on the schedule, I wrote Call Anthony, and Outlook added the little phone icon.
Wow.
Because they thought, this is when Dalia needs to call Anthony.
Right.
They didn't think, this is the brand.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so why do you think these mom and pop businesses are important to uplift?
Because if you think about it, any mom and pop business, this they bread and butter. Like they done put everything, they done earned all their money, all their resources into this business. And then some things might just be not reachable, monetary wise, like marketing, a lot of the things that hold them back. And then not just not being able to be exposed, like only the people within the neighborhood know about you. So if they can get a little more exposure, a little more people to look at them and see where their business at, just say if a video gets 20,000 views, right? And they get 100 customers from that, that's a big influx of customers, and that'll change a person's business.
For sure. So why do you think people saw that peanut video, for example, and then flocked to this place? What is it about the reviews that's resonating with people?
I think it's mostly just that'll be authentic with it. And I'm just really telling how it is to me. Just like, hey man, this is what I had, this is what it tastes like. And then I like to show people the food. Like most people that do food reviews, they mostly show themselves. But me, I like to show the food. I like to say, look at the quality of these people's food. Look how this dish looks. Like it's mostly the food. If you notice my videos, like I want you to see for yourself. You can almost taste it through the video, So I think that's a part of it as well.
How do you decide where to go?
A few different ways. People send me a lot of stuff in my inbox like all the time. So I'll go through those sometimes. Or if a place that I know has been around for a long time and got some good food, I'm just wondering, like, what's holding them back? Or I might just be riding by a place and just see it. Like, hey, Becky's Restaurant, let me see what that is. Go inside, see what it is. And then sometimes it's not always about the food review itself. Sometimes it might just be about finding out what's holding them back. It might be their staff. It might be the person that's at the register, they're rude, so you only gonna have a customer come one time, they won't be a repeat customer. It might be the way y'all uniforms look or nobody's dressed or, any little thing. So I would convey that to them as well if I go to some of these spots.
Interesting. Okay, that's now reminding me of like Gordon Ramsay when he goes into restaurants and fixes the restaurant. That show, what is it, Kitchen Nightmares or Hell's Kitchen?
I used to watch that
Yeah, that's a little bit of that. But I did want to ask you, how do you handle it when you don't like something? Because you said these are mom and pop businesses. A lot of them are Black-owned businesses, right. Family-owned businesses. We don't want to like throw anybody under the bus. So how do you walk that line when there are things that you don't like?
Well, mostly I would convey that to the owner as well. I'll be like, this is what I think. Every small business has to work on something. You know what I'm saying? No business is going to ever be perfect. So I don't never want to put out a bad review like, don't eat this, don't go there, that junk is nasty. Like, it's the worst. Now, I have a couple of times done some places that's, just taking advantage of the community. Now, if it's on that level, if it's a place that's just serving bad food, taking the dollar because you're within the inner city.
You're in a food desert.
Right. And they're going to buy it no matter what. They don't care how it tastes, what it look like, if they're smoking cigarettes on top of it or nothing like that. Places like that, now I'm going to advise the community of, hey, if you want this hazard or if you down with this or if you okay with that, then you can go in there and get that.
Wow, that's a lot of power.
Yeah.
Okay, take me through the process of start to finish reviewing an establishment. So you've gotten the tips from the community or you've driven by a place, you want to go in. Are you bringing other people with you? How do you decide what to order? Just talk me through it.
It just depends on the moment. If I'm by myself, I just go in by myself. If it's like one of the spur of the moments, oh, I'm riding by, I might not never ride by here again type of thing, I'll just stop. If it's something where I say, hey, this might be a great date night, so I would set up a date with me and my fiance and we'll go, we'll have a date there or something like that. Most people don't really recognize me like if I walk in, so I don't think that hinders the service of the food that I get, so even though it's big on social media, but some places do. Like, they go crazy and they be like, oh, want to drop the floor? I'm like, no, give me regular service that you would give if I just walked in here. I don't want nothing extra. Don't put no extra food on there, none of that, because when somebody see it, they're going to be like, okay, that's how much food we get in or what? So, yeah, we just go in there and sit down and, by the time everybody see how long it take me to eat my food, or they be like, oh, yeah, he got to be somebody then.
The camera eats first.
Yeah, the camera always eat the first 15 minutes. I get to take a bite and then go back to it once it done cooled down, but it's all good.
Are you filming it yourself, or are you bringing somebody with you to film it? You have someone here today filming us kind of behind the scenes.
It just depends as well as the schedule and the type of, if it was a booking. Now, I do get bookings from different restaurants that want me to come for marketing. So some of the restaurants I go to are like, they book me to come. So I will go and, I charge them a marketing and promotion fee.
Wow.
Because,
so you have like two different businesses. I mean, you have many businesses, but it sounds like this has branched off into two different things.
Yes.
Because I'm guessing the ones with the marketing budget are not the hood gas station restaurants.
Right, exactly. And some of them are, but I would make affordable for them, because people got to understand, for business, big, small or not, you still have to have a marketing budget, a marketing plan. Either way, you can't expect stuff to just fall out the sky. So I always tell businesses that create your budgeting, your marketing plan and the budget for it. Find out the best way to do it, to get that across. Like when I do Greedy Lee's Barbecue, I know y'all seen that a million times. But I started out with him just going to do a review, and then I helped him with different business plans and ideas. Like, okay, you want to market? Let's do this. Let's take $1,000 and give away some food. That marketing goes a lot farther than paying $1,000 to a newspaper ad or something, So it's just you gotta have that marketing budget and that plan to help your business succeed.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk more about the food, because I think a lot of people hesitate to go into some of these spaces because some of them look sketchy. Right. But some of the best food I've ever had was in some pretty sketchy looking places. So it's great to have you, because people now have a friend who can make some of these recommendations. So tell me about some of the places that surprised you.
Right. So, like you say, people will ride by a place 1,000 times just because of how it looked. Like, man, I'm not going in there. Like, you might see a couple guys hanging outside just all day. You're like, man, I'm not going there. But, in the back of that store, that convenience store or that hood store, man, you got somebody back there in them pots getting down, trying to make a living, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. And the food be good because it's what you're used to. It's your taste buds are used to a certain type of cooking, you know what I'm saying, if you're looking for that taste. So the 2-9 stove, AJ Corner Stove, like, nobody would not go in there and expect the food that come out of there. You're going to have some people that's smoking some drugs over this side, somebody sleeping on the ground on this side, a couple people running up to you, asking you for something, but all these people friendly, people just living life. It's not, it's just the look of it. It's like people live in different ways everywhere you go. So I just see people, and I know I'm from that environment. I know, man, they might just be having a hard time right now. People be friendly too. Like, you go up there, people be scared to talk to them, but I talk to everybody. I shake their hands. They sitting on the ground. I go inside, get them some food, tell them, hey, life gonna get better. Today gonna get better. Tomorrow gonna get better. So you can learn a lot from going to these places. People, you learn stuff you never even thought would go on in life. Somebody might tell you a crazy story of how they ended up on that ground. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love to meet people, and I love to uplift people any way I can. So.
Okay, what was the name of that store again, and where is it?
It's A&J Corner Store. It's on the corner of Lake and 29th Street in Tampa.
Okay.
The best food you're going to taste, I'm telling you, fried chicken. They got collard greens in there. They got rice. She got lima beans with the neck bones. I got to go back for that. I might go get that today when I leave. See, y'all making me hungry.
Oh, my God. You're making us hungry.
Too. I think I'm going there.
Yeah. Are you ever surprised by the people who are reading your reviews? Because it seems on the surface that this is like a for us, by us kind of thing. But then do you ever get people outside of your community who are like, thank you so much for telling me about that sketchy fried chicken spot. It was the best.
Yes, all the time, every day, daily. I love that I can reach outside of our community to draw more people in to, spend their money in our community. Because, like I say, we need it. These small businesses need the customers. They got good food. They got great food. If I could reach somebody out in Carrollwood, Palmacia, I don't care where you at. Y'all need to come to the hood and find some of this good food. Trust me, all the stuff you see and hear on TV is not a daily thing. Stuff happen everywhere. You just got to walk out and, walk by faith and try some of these spots out, man. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Why do you think traditional media is ignoring a lot of the places that you're covering?
Honestly, I think that they don't want to be out in that community. They might feel like it's too dangerous for them to be out there just from stereotypes. Also, if we want to get on a more political realm of that, I just think that uplifting black business is not the goal of any media outlet unless it's an urban outlet. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to shine light on these small businesses. They're not going to say, hey, go over here to Natasha's hair studio and all of that. And, it's just not going to happen.
Well, unless you're the Zest podcast. Okay.
Exactly. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much for being here. And you dressed up. People can't see you. I don't know if you knew that this was audio only, but you're wearing the white shirt, the black jacket. You look like you're ready for a photo shoot. So I appreciate that. That's not how you dress when you walk into these places, is it?
Sometimes. It just depends what I'm doing.
So people have to know that's Anthony.
Sometimes.
Okay. This is going to keep getting harder and harder for you.
I know, right? It's like I tried to go to a party the other day. I went to the sneaker ball that Tom G had. It's like I couldn't go 5 steps without somebody recognizing me and saying hey and say, hey, I watch your stuff. So it was humbling. Yeah. And I really appreciate all the support because, it's supporting us, it's supporting the community, it's helping uplift our small businesses. Yeah. So it's great.
Every interview you do like this makes your job harder.
Yeah.
So thank you. Do you think you get the same respect as some of the more traditional food reviewers?
I don't know. I don't really try to gauge or judge against any what anybody else got going on. So I'm kind of in my own box, in my own zone, in my lane, just trying to make sure I hit the spots that, that I think are important or that the community thinks is important. I don't really watch anybody else's stuff 'cause I want to be authentic as possible. So I just try to be authentic and listen to the community.
Yeah, you don't need to watch them because they're now watching you.
That's what's up. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like them people, man, but I want to make sure I stay authentic. I like everybody that can get out here and be able to do something on their own and create their own lane and, create some revenue, of course.
Yes.
And help other businesses at the same time because I definitely know Keith Lee, man. He be helping a lot of businesses. I would love to have my impact to hit as hard as that.
You do. You have that Midas touch.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Okay. Some of these places that start off in convenience stores go on to be a brick and mortar restaurant. Have you seen that happen?
Yes. I've seen that with 3 restaurants that I did, actually. Well, one girl, she got a food truck. It's going to be opening Saturday. And she took off, man, ever since I did the review on her thing.
Who was that?
Shay Knight.
Okay.
She does like that pasta. She does that cold pasta stuff.
Ooh.
It's so good. And then Greedy Lee's, he was out of a truck at first, and then he was outside of the building where he's at now. His business was, it wasn't as jumping as it is right now. Like, every day he's open, he's packed, he's thriving. Like, it's so good to just see a business grow from, something that I had a chance to help them with.
Yes, that has to make you feel good.
It does. I love it.
Yes.
It just makes me smile.
That's the best.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay. And you grew up in Tampa?
Yes, I grew up in the projects, actually, right over in East Tampa in College Hill projects. Yeah,
okay.
I was a little snotty-nosed kid running around there, struggling. It was the 80s, so my parents was out there, in the world doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much raised myself from the age of, I'd say, 13.
What would you eat at home when you weren't picking vegetables?
So I know we would make some mayonnaise sandwiches because it was that in there, bologna. We didn't have much, man. We was poor. Yeah, we was poor, man. Like, that's a whole nother story.
And look at you now.
Right. Still here, thriving. You know, it's lessons, though. You know, it ain't like you learn from what you live through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can tell somebody about that, and I can see the struggle in a kid that I can relate to something that they might have going on because I've been there. Everything that anybody probably can go through, I done been through it. You know, because I'm telling you, my mom was on drugs since I was 6, and I went into the system from there. And it's just been, you know, that long life of you know,
like
trying to get it
care?
right. Foster care, everything.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in foster care. I ran away from foster care back to my mom when she was still on drugs. That was when I was 16.
Oh.
So.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't trying to get this deep, but wow.
Yeah, it is
so
what it is.
So what do you think it is about food that gives people like a sense of home? Why is this so important to you?
I just think that when we eat, like that's used to be a time to where you able to talk to people, able to figure out what went on for the day. You ask your sisters and your brothers questions. You kick the bobo, what we call it. So I feel like food creates a certain comfort. You know, I feel like when you eat, it's like, dang, you just got time to sit down and your brain could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If it's you and your significant other, y'all can talk to each other. Y'all can talk what happened over the day. If it's you and your sisters or whatever, y'all can talk about old days. You know, it's just eating is the time to where you can really just, you know, relax. And I don't know, man, that's just, it's great. I like to eat, and I just feel like when I eat, I just be like, oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just chilling,
mm-hmm.
you know.
So you're finding that for yourself, and you're helping other people find it.
Yes.
Which is great. Okay, I don't know how much you even cook at home because it sounds like you're eating out all the time, but I did read in the Tampa Bay Times that you are planning to open a restaurant?
Yes. So I cook at home all the time, actually. We probably still cook every day, me and my fiance, but I once had a restaurant. It was called CBD Eats. I had that around COVID. So, of course, it was hard to sustain and keep anything open during then, so we had to close it down. But I've always had that passion for cooking. Like I told you earlier, with picking our own vegetables and stuff, I grew that passion for cooking because I had to help. So instead of making it like, oh, this is a chore, I made it like, come on, let's do it. You know, let's make it the best. Because if I want to do something, I want to do it to the best. If anybody know anything I do when I touch it, it's going to be to the best. So that's how I feel with food. I feel like, okay, I've been there. I've cooked food. I have a nice acquired taste bud that most people would agree with. You know, not everybody the same. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't like, I don't like putting hexes and all that on what I'm gonna do. But we're working on it, and hopefully by the end of June we'll be opening. Maybe before my birthday. My birthday is June 18th, but around that time we should be opening a soft opening on something special that I'm working on.
Wow, that's quick. Okay, we're recording this in March, mid-March, so that's pretty quick.
We're working on it. So we're almost there. We just got to, cross a few things to see exactly how we're going to run it. But it's almost, the plan is there, it's laid out. Everything's just sitting there. We just, when you feel like it's one little thing that you want to make sure, right, that's about where we at with it.
Okay. What's going to be on the menu?
Probably just chicken.
Just chicken? Is that the name of the restaurant, Just Chicken?
Maybe.
Are you worried about somebody named Anthony coming in and reviewing your restaurant?
No, I'll be glad. They're going to come in there and they're going to be leaving out of there happy. They're going to be like, yeah, man, that's some good food. Yeah, if they don't like it, then, hey, I'll try try something else.
Yeah, you steer people to good food.
Of course.
Okay, now my colleague Alex Ebron has been sitting here kind of quietly the whole time, but as soon as you started talking about food, I literally heard your stomach rumble on the mic because you're making us so hungry. Alex is also a food influencer in her own right, Ali O'Malley Cat on Instagram. So is there anything I should have asked? You should have done this interview, Alex. Is there anything I should have asked Anthony that we didn't touch on?
I could not have done this interview because I just would have fangirl for 30 minutes. But I will say definitely A&J store for the fried chicken. Robert goes there all the time.
That's your husband?
That's my husband. Y'all have heard him on the podcast at least 3 times by now. He goes and get the chicken. And also in front of A&J store is Four Kings, They serve breakfast and also, I guess, like lunch and dinner and stuff. We've had their breakfast and we've had them for dinner, and they're really good.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all had the $3 breakfast?
Yes.
Or you go early enough, they got breakfast for $3 over there.
Yes. We've had that. It was like grits, maybe some bacon and some eggs and a biscuit, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I can talk to you all day. I'm so hungry now. I just ate breakfast like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Lucky you. I'm finna go eat too much.
I might go with you.
I'm finna go eat too much. Probably going to A&J.
Okay.
Cap.
Oh man. What are you gonna get?
Probably some chicken wings and devil crab and probably lima beans and rice. Some cornbread.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to get a good nap after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right. Enjoy it. This was so much fun. Anthony, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me. It was such a pleasure to be here on the Zest Podcast.
That's Anthony Gilbert, better known online as Call Anthony. Be sure to give him a follow and it will make you hungry. I'm Dalia Colon. I'm going to go find lunch right now. I produce The Zest with Andrew Lucas and Alexandria Ebron. The Zest is a production of WUSF. Copyright 2025, part of the NPR network.